Hello. Make sure this thing is actually playing. Yep, good. Hi. What I'm doing today is making stencils. I'll try and put something under it so you can actually see what I've done so far. And then I'm going to explain how to do it. Okay, I made this lovely little stencil. And I'm actually going to make this into a mermaid. So I'm only going to be using the stencil from here down. I'm not going to show you how to do that today in this video, but once you cut out the stencil, you can use any part of it you want. That's the beauty of it. Okay, so in order to make this particular stencil, you need a piece of Dura or acetate clear film, and you can either get that by purchasing it or by recycling something that has a clear plastic cover on it. I'm sure you've heard other people discuss that before. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to explain how I did that. Here is the Dura, it's called. Turn that so you can see it. Dura. And it comes in 9 by 12 sheets. It's a little pricey, so you know, if your money's tight right now, you can always get a piece of recycled plastic, which is what this actually is. This is recycled from something. I think it was from a notebook. Okay, what you also will need is a Sharpie, just a plain old, this one is fine point. I like fine point. I use them a lot. You just want it to be permanent so that once you put it on there, it doesn't smudge and smear off. Okay, and an InStyle magazine would work really well. And what you're going to do is select any image from the magazine. This model would work really great because you can see her arms, her head is very clear. The lines, even though they're against her body, you just would go like that. And you're just going to take your clear plastic sheet, place it over top, and trace. Very simple. You're just going to trace the outline of her body, not her face. Very simple. And you wouldn't want to do the pocketbook in her hand unless you're going to draw or use that as the entire thing. Now I'm using these as mermaids, so I'm just going to go around with making a tail. I'm just going to draw the outline of her hands and arms. The silhouette, basically. Oops. Okay. And then once you get the silhouette, you're just going to take your scissors or your Exacta knife. And if you want, you can cut this out entirely using an Exacta knife. Oh, you might not be able to see it. Let me put this. My camera's already at a weird angle, so I have to turn everything. Okay, so you can see what I did there. Now this is going to be her tail. Now what I can do is just add the tail on there. It doesn't matter. Now you don't want to cut right to the edge. I know what I'm doing, so I'll deal with that later. So, do not draw up to the very edge, is what I'm saying, because then you won't be able to, you'll lose the, here, I'll show you an example. This is the first one I did. Her foot is all the way to the edge right here. But I didn't cut all the way to the edge because you need that piece to connect. And you can always reinforce that with a piece of cleared tape. And you'll see here I didn't go to the edge. Her hair goes to the edge, but I'm not going to be cutting out her hair like I did here. That's just to give me an idea where it goes. But I'm only going to be cutting out her body shape. And as I was about to say before, is that if you want to preserve this whole thing, just cut the outer edge, don't cut anything on the inside. And then you'll have a, what do you call that? The negative and positive space to work with. And that can be pretty cool for other things too. I'm sure you've seen those stencils around. But anyway, I'm just going to make an incision here, basically. But with my Exacta knife, you are going to need an Exacta knife. And slip your scissor in there. These are really thin scissors and very long and pointy. That's what you want for something with details, to cut details. You don't want to try and go at that with big scissors unless that's all you have, and then, you know, don't worry about it. Use what you have. If you don't have an Exacto knife, you can use something else. I am just cutting around that and cutting it out with scissors. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, I thought this was a cool way to make your own stencils if you're doing figures and you have a little difficulty drawing them. I don't. It's just something that when you're making a bunch of stuff, it's great to have a stencil of your own drawings or work so that you can easily cut it out and make more than one of them. I'm not going to use that tail. I'll draw my own tail on there. But there she is, a mermaid. And all I will have to do is add all the detail. That's the basic shape of her. The outline. Silhouette. And then here's the, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Positive and negative space. Okay. And once I go to use these, I'll show you how that's done. I am going to cut out the rest of this right here. Our arms, our hands. Doing her waist. Okay, there she is. Trim this up here. Okay, I hope that gives you some ideas. Enjoy. Bye.